Hi, welcome back.
What's up? So today, as you can see here, we'd like to talk about ta-da, diapers. Diapers. Wow, that's almost a nightmare already. So, just a short intro. In Germany, you need about 5,000 to 6,000 diapers per kid just before the kid get rid of it.
Before the kid knows how to use the toilet. Yeah. So 5 to 6,000 diapers.
And that is almost
That's
a ton.
one ton of waste
Yeah,
per kid.
yeah.
You did a little research, and in Germany that's about 8% of the waste,
The rest,
the residual waste
yeah,
that we have. So
yeah,
just by throwing away diapers, and when you sum that up with all the kids that have been born in 2020, that's 770,000 kids in 2020, which makes then 770,000 tons of diapers. Without,
oh,
I guess, I actually that would be interesting
gosh.
if it's measured just the diaper without content, or if it's diapers with content.
The content will be gone, I guess, if the garbage
Yeah.
dries out.
So
So
that's what we don't know, but just
some content might not go away.
yeah, that's nevertheless it's quite a number.
Yep. Yeah, so it's a lot of plastic, it's a lot of waste, it's a lot of environmentally unfriendly pieces. And another issue, the second point, is the cost. So I think it is not quite a big deal if the parents, spend like 10, 20 bucks each week to buy a bag of diapers. But if you add that up each week, one package, yeah, and perhaps per month already, I don't know, 60 to 80 bucks. And per year until sometimes the kid needs 2 years, some kids need 3 years. That's a lot of money actually. So yeah, that is this one-way diaper, which actually has made our life somehow quite easy and comfortable, but on the other hand, has really dread out the resources on the earth. So yeah, that is just a short intro to think about it. And that has been a lot of discussion for us in between as Anya was born. So very quickly we decided to switch to
Reusable diapers, and that's what we have here in different um, kinds and
colors
colors as well. Yeah,
and different designs. So cute.
yeah. So you have a lot of different designs usually,
Rainbows
which makes it
and
really nice to use, to look at.
a lot of
Your
color.
When your baby runs around naked or crawls around naked, then it
It's
looks
so cute.
very cute.
Yeah.
Um, and you wanted to talk about the different kinds, right?
Yes. So basically, there are a lot of different types or systems. There is like all-in-one diaper. No, it's not called. It's called diaper.
All in one.
All-in-one. Yeah,
That's this one here.
yeah, and it's just one piece. It's like a normal one-way diaper. It's just another design. Like this is so thin and like light, and that one is a little bit big, but also with very colorful design, very cute. And there is a two-in-one, three-in-one system. Basically, you put like um, a short
Yeah, you have the kind of the outer shell that um,
on, yeah,
helps so that the trousers don't get wet.
yeah,
And then you
which is
have,
water resistant,
yeah,
and then
water
you have
resistant, and then you have
the inside one.
the inside basically, which you then click into this what is it? Pant.
Pant, yeah.
And
And this one is it's from an English company, Talkspots, it's called. We would like to emphasize we don't get any, affiliation from that company. This video is not sponsored, so that is just the brand that we have been using for a while. And this one is with, like a lot of buttons so that you can click on it. And there are also other ones, basically you just put a towel or something on it, and then, just to absorb the
fluid.
Yeah, resources. And there is also some woolen ones, and there are this kind of pants for newborn babies. And now what we have is for older or bigger kids till 2 years old.
Yeah.
And there have been a lot of, advantages to use it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the obvious advantage is it's reusable, so you don't throw a diaper. Like, how many diapers do you throw away each day? When a child is small, it's like 6, 8, 10.
Yeah, because basically we are told to change diapers every 2 hours, and 24 hours, then it should be 12. But sometimes when the baby is sleeping, then we don't, or we delay that, and then it may be 8 to 10.
Yeah, so definitely they are reusable, of course, which makes them also cost effective, because of course you have like a bigger upfront cost, because if you count, like, let's say 10 diapers a day, and then you wash maybe every 2 days, then maybe you need 20 plus a buffer, because you need to hang them to let them dry. So maybe you need 30, I don't know. So you have a bigger upfront cost, and as you mentioned, there are different types.
Yeah.
For the night, there are also different ones. Maybe we can show that the different types that we have later. Yeah, so that's definitely a factor that you need to count in.
But still, it might be a few $100. It's like 500 to 800, depending on how lazy or how much work you would like to have. If you wash it frequently every day, then you don't have to prepare for so many. But if you wash it like every 2 to 3 days maximum, I guess, otherwise it would really get stinky, then you should buy like 20 to 30, including the night types. So still, like 500 to 800, or a little more or less, depending on what kind of brand. Some brands are really, high end, and some are really easy, basically only with the towels, which only cost like $3 to $5 perhaps. Sometimes we are also told, like you can use your own towel just to cut it, and then you put it in, roll it. You can also make it like early in our, or in the last few generations, we don't even have these high-tech diapers, and we still survive.
So to save some money, you can of course buy them secondhand if they have not been used that often. That's totally fine as well. So then you probably can save 30, maybe 50% as well.
Yeah.
And another advantage, of course, is it saves resources and saves a lot of waste. As we told you before, it's quite a lot of waste for each child. Yeah, so that are the 3 obvious advantages that we can mention here.
Yeah, so perhaps we firstly just show like how this whole system functions, and then we can talk about a little bit the barriers or the disadvantages at the end. Yeah, so you have this all-in-one system in your hands, and basically it looks exactly like a normal diaper.
You see, it has Velcro on both sides, right? The back side and here the little ones, and we have here our model or little buddy.
The buddy is called Małgosia. It's a Polish buddy.
Yeah,
so we take off his hands. Oh, poor you. It's okay. It's okay. Don't cry.
Yeah. So that's not safe for work now. And what do you do then? It's a bit, maybe you hold it.
Yeah. So inside there is basically a you know, kind of a towel.
Yeah, so this you can take out for drying, so that it dries faster, and then you can put it in again.
So it's 2 layers so that it can absorb all the fluid.
Yeah,
and
and to put it on, basically you wrap that around, and then from both sides you attach the Velcro, and that's kind of it. So you have our little Mugasha looks like that then.
Yeah, and if the baby is small, then you can, there are buttons. You can even shorten the pants by click the buttons, and then it's shorter, and it's for smaller kids.
But to be honest, we've never used that for our daughter. From the beginning she was
too big.
She was not fat, but she was long. So when you need length, then that's obviously not helpful if you shorten it. So if you have a short baby, then that's working. Yeah. So that's the first option, all-in-one. I actually, I don't know. I mean, it's more convenient because you don't have those 2 layers that you need to, you know, separate and then wash and then get it back together again. And it's kind of one thing, but I had the feeling it's not like often fluid just came out from the sides because it wasn't as tight on the legs and the hips.
Yeah, it depends on the design and the baby size.
Yeah.
And another disadvantage is it takes longer to dry out. So you wash it, it is easy, you just hang it there. You don't have this inner outer part. But since it's all in one system, it is thicker, so it needs like almost double time to dry out. Yeah.
So more convenient, but takes a bit longer to dry, and depending on on the anatomy of your kid, it might not be as fitting.
And the third disadvantage is that it costs a little bit more because it's all in one. It's a whole design, so it is more expensive. But a lot of parents prefer this because it makes the life really easy. You don't have to collect every piece and try to put them together. So what Sebastian and I prefer is the second system. It's 2-in-1 system. It's still a quite easy one.
So you basically have 2 parts, right? This one is the outer shell, as we mentioned before.
And this one, you don't have to wash it every time. So like 4 to 5 times, perhaps?
It depends. I mean, if it's dirty, then you have to wash it. But usually it's also fine to just let it dry for 1 or 2 times and then you wash it. So what you definitely need to wash is this. Those are also 2 layers that you can click together. You can use just 1 layer. You can also use both and then click them together. We always use both.
Because Anya pees a lot. She's a big baby already, so it's a different issue. But for newborn, you don't need 2 layers. And especially in summer, perhaps it's too hot to have so many layers, not good for the popo. So then you perhaps can put only 1 layer for the newborn in the summer. It's much more comfortable.
And what I did for drying is basically take everything, all the parts, disassemble it completely and then hang it on. Hang it to dry like this because it dries much faster. Yeah, and then if you want to put it on, you basically need to prepare it, clicking those 2 parts together again, then clicking it here, attach it to the outer shell, and then you almost have what you have with the all-in-one.
Yeah, it's also long enough, so.
And then Mugosha would kind of look the same.
And tuck.
No. And then it looks like this, right? So almost looks the same.
Oh, but this design is really cute. I love it. Yeah, and this one, we use this button system from the English brand because we think, for me at the very beginning, I have compared different systems. There are also, like freestyle, you just put the towels inside and that's it. And I think I was a little bit worried, like it slipped out or the baby was moving too much and then it didn't get the exact position, and then when she or he pees, then all the fluid just runs out. So that might be a little bit too much work. So we decided to use this one. And I think this one is also more comfortable for the girls, because the girls pees, like the part to absorb most of the fluid is just directly in the middle of the diaper. And the system with these two layers in the middle, it's exactly, and also behind, it's two layers, it's thick. And in the front, it's actually almost like one layer thick, because the second layer is, like clicked on the first layer, but a little bit lower than the first layer. So if you put it on, the front side is perhaps not fully covered. Yeah, but you really have to test it out, like which design you would like and which system it functions for you.
Yeah, so those are basically the two options usually for the day that we have. And then there's another option that you can use and usually should use for the night, because during the night you don't want to get up every two hours
and the baby
if you don't have to. So you have basically a much thicker and bigger outer shell.
No,
inner what is it? Inner part, where you also have two parts here, one additional towel to suck up fluid, and the whole outer, like the whole thing here is kind of like it's like a towel, right? The material of a towel.
Yeah, it's a normal diaper almost.
And so this you would attach. You can attach like the diapers we had before. Zip, right?
And then,
of course, the whole thing here would get wet becomes wet during the night.
It's quite soft.
Yeah, it sucks up a lot of fluid, and then you need the outer shell as well, so that the whole bed doesn't suck up the fluid as well. Yeah, so it's a bit bigger, but the child cannot move as well as during with the other ones during the day, because it's just a bit more, but it doesn't have to during the night.
But I personally like this one pretty much, because if the kid is big and if like the daytime diaper doesn't absorb too well, then you can also use it for the daytime, although we didn't
never
do
used it.
Yeah, because
it's just a lot of material,
and it takes, of course, a little bit longer to dry out.
Yeah.
And there are also like different designs. This one is just totally white with these two layers as the inner part. We have like basically two buckets here, and the buckets are for the dirty parts. You just put it inside, and then there is also a cover. You can completely click it, close it, and then it will not stinks in the whole room. And maximum 2 days in summer and 3 days in winter you have to wash it. Yep.
So that's the night option. And
we also have this. This is an extra layer for the
kind of a microfiber material, and you can or should you can, but you probably should put it in here. So now you can see it.
Yeah, I'll put it in this. Yeah, I'll put it in this all-in-one system. So basically, the function is to get rid of the
not fluid part. Not to get rid of, but to collect it better. So not the whole diaper is kind of dirty,
Yeah.
Not completely dirty and colored, because depending on what your child eats or you eat, what comes out is sometimes colored the same way, like blueberries are a good example.
Or carrots.
Yeah, or beets or something.
That's really the most difficult color, carrots, I think, orange.
Yeah, so usually if that's in here, you can kind of take it out, and either you throw it away if it's Yeah, you can shake it out if it's possible, or you throw it away because this material wears out as well. So you can wash it as well a few times,
Yep.
but it's not as durable as the diapers.
This one is another very, very thin layer. So basically this one is thought to be, either directly on this or directly on the diaper. And this one, you can basically also wash it once or twice, maximum perhaps, and then you throw it away. So this one is for the not fluid part, and this one is much cheaper actually than this one. This one is still thought for some long-term usage. Yeah, so if you are traveling, there are also these kind of bags, also waterproof, and I think also taste-proof or something like that. And then
you don't taste it when
no,
you smell it.
Smell-proof. You never taste it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of just like instead of having a bucket with you, you can throw used diapers in here, and I don't know, maybe 3-4 diapers can fit in there.
Yeah.
And then when you come home, you throw it into the washing machine.
It's quite easy. You can also just hand it on your buggy, and use it also as a. Sometimes I also use it just as an undercover if you would like to change diapers, etc. This material is also waterproof, and it's really good for outside and for traveling. And if you have some dirty diapers, basically you put it in this washing net.
Into the bucket?
Into the, you can put this into the bucket already. So every time you throw it, then it's already directly in this washing net. Or if you have used this one, you have to take every diaper out and then put it inside. And then this is not a closed one. So basically, you just put it in the washing machine, and it will get washed. And sometimes it all will get out, but later, so it's not a huge problem. But just for at the very beginning, it is good to have all this in this net, and then the fluid part, the dirty part, and not the fluid part, all this will be washed out.
We've washed it once with clear water, just getting the most of it out, and then we washed it with washing detergent and all that kind of stuff. But actually, I had the feeling it doesn't really work with if you just throw the full diapers in the washing machine, and even if you wash it twice, it's not, it doesn't really wash everything out. Like you have still some. So what I did is usually like to clean the not fluid parts and throw them away before I washed it once with clear water.
That's also correct. Yes. You should not hope that the water will do all the job for you.
Yeah, you will just have the not digested parts will just be in the washing machine and
everywhere. Yeah. Also, a very important point is what kind of washing detergent you will use. There are like special ones for these diapers. So sometimes people think, oh, this looks dirty, and some part of the diaper is not wide enough or whatever. So they use, I don't know, 60 or 90 Celsius degree and try to use like a maximal washing capacity and also washing strength to wash it. But that's the wrong way, because these diapers cannot be that resistant against so high temperature. And it is normal, that some kind of marks will just stay there. So that's okay.
You can wash them with 60 degrees Celsius, but not more. And I think the problem is the enzymes that are usually in washing detergent, and they kind of destroy this material. One hint is that at the beginning, this material that sucks up the fluid, it's very soft and doesn't really work well the first few times. I think you need to wash it at least 10 times so that it gets it becomes like an old towel, very hard, but then it starts to suck up more fluid. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
And we also would like to talk about the disadvantages.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably think about that already. Disadvantages, it definitely has a higher investment in time. So you definitely save money over the long run, but it definitely takes more time, right? It's not as convenient because you need to wash it, you need to hang it and dry it, you need to, fold it again and assemble things again and so on. So it's more work. It's also not as, how do you say that, compact when you go and travel somewhere. It's definitely more volume that you need to pack. And also your child looks a bit more like you need bigger trousers, you know, because the diapers need a certain volume to suck up some fluid when it's like cotton or a similar material. So usually your child looks a bit more thicker than it really is. I don't know if that's a disadvantage, but it's something that we need to mention.
But we don't want to stress you out. So I think it is normal, like every perspective, to live in a more climate friendly or environmentally friendly way. People have to, pay some kind of comfort or some kind of time for it. Of course, the plastic thing, the one-way things, they are always very convenient, but that's the way that we want to get rid of, just to make a better life or a better earth for our next generations. Yeah, there you go, right? You pay for a little more of your time, you save a little bit more money, and you save the world a little bit more. So I think that is one of the very easy, personal contributions that we can do at the very beginning as new parents already. And I hope that you get some, yeah, hints from us or inspirations. And if you have any questions, just write down in the comments. Just let us know if we should film some other kind of video clips for you. So yeah, wish you a very good parenting time at the very beginning. Wish you good luck and a lot of success. See you soon.
Bye bye.